Staying consistent at the gym. Gym consistency versus living life. How do you find the balance? Why is it so damn difficult to stay consistent with exercise? How do you stay motivated to exercise consistently? There's two versions of you 6 months from now. There's the version of you that doesn't lock in, that is still thinking of going to the gym, or even worse, still planning your workout routines and diet plans. This version of you makes no progress in your physique and misses out on all the benefits that the other version of you is able to indulge in. This version of you has way more confidence, is better socially, is better looking, and most importantly, is significantly stronger, bigger, and leaner than the version who is still planning what they'll do in the gym and stays at home. I've been in both positions. I've been skinny and inconsistent, and I've been the other side of the person who is taking their diet seriously and someone who is in the gym almost every single day of the week, doing hard and productive workouts. I've been that person who has made the entire workout schedule for the month and then completely just not attended any of them. I've been that person who has just browsed YouTube over and over again for the most anabolic diets and the best meals that I can make quickly that is really good for my muscle gains, and then just kind of done it for a day and then just left it. The truth is it only really took me 12 months of locking in to completely change my physique, even though I had been in the gym for almost 6 or 7 years prior to that. This video is exactly how you can get those 12 months starting today from the 12 months or 6 months you in the future. So how do you stay consistent? Now, the number one thing, in my opinion, about staying consistent is just not overcomplicating what you're going to do and not overcomplicating how you're thinking about the gym. The best way of you to gain muscle is to just go to the gym. Don't worry about doing the best, most optimal exercise. Don't worry about what's going to happen in the gym, what you're wearing in the gym, what's in your bag. Don't worry about none of that stuff. Just go to the gym. Just arrive. If you set the task as just going into the gym, just walking through the door, you will have almost an unrecognizable amount of muscle than you would if you didn't go in the span of 6 months. You will look completely different, and that's just from walking in the gym. Obviously, I know and you know you're not going to just make gains and start looking like, Ronnie Coleman just by opening up the door and closing the door. But once you're in the gym, you will start to actually want to work out. And that's the main issue as well with trying to stay motivated. Sometimes you will want to and sometimes you won't want to. And that's something that you need to cut out completely. Don't rely on your motivation. Rely on your discipline and your systems that you've set up. So just get in the habit of going to the gym, because doing 1 workout or 2 workouts every single day will completely change your physique to the point where you will almost be unrecognizable in about 12 months time. And then once you've gotten to that point, you'll be in the gym for an hour or 2 hours because you're actually genuinely enjoying it. Now, what are some methods that you can do in order to completely bypass the motivation aspect and to go on to the discipline level? Now, the best thing for me is to do a calendar. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. You could either completely schedule your day, which therefore means that you have a specific time that you can go to the gym, which means that you can't just put it off to the end of the day and then end up not going. You set out a clear time that you will go, and then once you are done with that, this is the second method that you can do. You set up a kind of grid. Perhaps you put it on your wall, or you put it on your nightstand or something like that. It is essentially a calendar that you tick off every single day. You tick off if you've been to the gym. Let's say you went to the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You tick it off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Ticking it off gives yourself the validation that you've done it, and it makes it more of a physical, tangible kind of achievement. So that, in my opinion, is the best way of doing it, but there are some other ways that you can do it as well. One really great way that a lot of people use is just putting their gym clothes either on the table or behind their chair or perhaps on their bed after they get up or the night before. Now, this might sound really silly. This might sound something that you'll, read on some really cringe Facebook quote or something like that. No, this actually genuinely works. Now, why does it work? Because it takes it removes a layer of friction of you getting the clothes out of your cupboard and just having them there. It makes them a lot more easier to get on. Then once you're in your gym clothes, where else are you going to go? You're going to go to the gym. There's no two ways about it. So those are the top 2 ways. Now the third way is actually the most effective. I'll be completely honest. It's the most effective, but it's a little more difficult to get. And it's a little more unreliable. The third one is accountability. So this is either going to be someone who you talk to about your gym journey and you are honest with them when you don't go and then they hold you accountable, or it's a gym buddy. That's the best. If you go to the gym with a gym buddy, you won't miss that session unless you're a completely self-centered person, which I hope you're not. But if you're not, you will go to that session because you don't want that person waiting for you. You respect the time that they've taken out of their schedule in order to actually meet you and do this workout. You respect them as a friend. Try and get someone who you can go to the gym with and set a certain time with them every single week that you can go. Now for me personally, I stopped doing leg days for a long time, and then I had a friend who was doing leg days on the same day as me, and I said, hey, why don't we just go at the same time? Wednesdays became our leg day and it was so fun. It's the day that I was looking forward to every single week as opposed to the day that I really was dreading every single week because I'm not really a huge fan of legs, but I was a huge fan of doing legs with my friend. And we can go, tit for tat. Oh, I'll do this way. Oh, let's go up a way. Let's do this. Let's do that. Try and get a gym buddy in there with you. That completely not only annihilates the motivation level, it also annihilates the discipline level to the point where it's just, what are you going to do? You're not going to not go, are you? But ultimately, you can do these 3, but if you don't do the 4th one, none of it will matter at all. You need to make sure that you are flexible, and you need to make sure that you are happy with the schedule that you've put together in the gym. And you need to make sure that you actually want to go to the gym as well. There's no point in you forcing yourself to go to the gym because eventually your discipline and your motivation will fall. Your body kind of finds a way to make it really hard for you to go against the things that you actually want to do. Make a workout session that's fun for you. Go with a friend. Go for a short amount of time. Go after work. Go before work. Do whatever you think will actually make it so you will want to go to the gym. And then you can implement steps 1 and 2 and 3 that I've mentioned in this video. Watch this video.